14 fours and a 6 in 6 overs. It's been
take it on.
Yeah, he'll be hoping it swings a bit, but they'll have to have that same tactic as Pakistan. Slow deliveries, hit the pitch hard, don't get them driving down the ground. It's the easier boundary.
Well, he can be very, very destructive, Sharjeel Khan. Leicester have picked him up for the NatWest Blast next season as an opening batsman, but he's opening up this evening for Pakistan. And
It's a lovely evening. I was amazed driving up here today. Blue sky in the distance there was, all the way up. And that's gone all the way up, and over the keeper. And 1 bounce 4.
Well, it doesn't have to be that short for Sharjeel to look for the pull. He basically will look to hit anything length or just shorter than length behind square on the leg side. Hard man to bowl to.
Yeah, he's the sort of guy that will pull half volleys. He's waiting for it. He's sitting back. His weight's back. Up and over the offside. You ain't catching that up. Back-to-back boundaries.
Reminds me a little bit of a West Indian left-hander, Clayton Lambert, who just used to stand there and slap it a bit and tried to pick it up off his hips. Kind of big, burly, well-built left-hander. Bowler's nightmare.
Yeah, similar shape. Endo. Lateef, 30-year-old, best score of 40-odd, I think, in this form of the game. 44. He's had a lot of low-figure scores. Strike rate's down as well. Straight away a bouncer. Well, his strike rate's up in this game because he starts with a boundary.
Fine leg up, might not have been expecting a short ball from Jordan, but he got one. It was quite a sharp bouncer. Lateef needed no second invitation.
Series, they won the last game. Be nice to finish on a high. Oh, that's nailed. That is nailed. That slow ball just did not work. It sat up and said, hit me.
Well, this is a time for England to think on their feet now. They obviously looked at what Pakistan did. They're trying to replicate it. It looks as though Pakistan's batsmen have kind of worked that out. He's sat there waiting for that. It's almost as if they're expecting England to bowl short and into the pitch. So it's time for England's bowlers to think on their feet, change the ploy very quickly.
Yeah, like I say, start with the normal ploy, top of off stump, and get hit off that first. Instead, they've been too short, too wide, and they're getting spanked everywhere.
It's good batting. Lateef, who just come into this game, not much cricket behind him, has spanked 4 fours now. Just standing there, really. Been given a couple of gifts, short and wide.
6 fours and 11 deliveries, and most of them deserve to go for 4. I've said it before with Chris Jordan, he's a little bit one-dimensional. He's a very good Yorker bowler, very good at the death. He was the man that Morgan chose for the super over, the brilliant super over. But what else has he got? An expensive over, 16 from it, 24 for none. Just a little bit. That's a lovely shot. That's his shot.
And they're serving it up to him. Saw from the one-day internationals that he loves it short, and that's really all England have bowled at him so far. That's just halfway down, and he has lapped it up.
Leicestershire have signed up Sharjeel for their Blast competition next year. He'll put a few bums on seats, that is for certain.
grip the ball and whether indeed there'll be any spin for them.
It's just floated up. It's been hit away. The dew has come down. It is September, but it's still quick enough, this outfield. 8 fours make 32.
It's a fantastic atmosphere in Old Trafford tonight. No wonder Wasim Akram decided to play at Old Trafford. Unbelievable support for Pakistan. The stadium, the noise then as that ball skipped to the popular stand over to our left.
England's fastest bowler this evening. No Wood, no Tamar Mills. Short ball, top edge, coming towards the pod. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. They continue to deal in boundaries.
Yeah, pressure on Owen Morgan. 9 boundaries so far. We're only into the 4th over. It's another short ball. It's another attempted pull, another top edge, and another 4.
.36 for none. We're very lucky to be joined by Andrew Strauss, Director of Cricket. Andrew, usually you pop in when England are playing well. It's the other way around today. What have you made the performance so far?
Slightly cynical attitude you've got there, Nasser. Well, listen, I think Pakistan bowled really well. Wahab in particular was outstanding. Real pace and hostility about the way he went about his business on a pitch that obviously offered something for the quicker bowlers. I think looking at it quite dispassionately, you'd like to think we would have kept them a bit more restricted in these first few overs. I think that's fair to say. But there have been some good shots played.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, really, think back to the World T20 out in India. Very similar feel to tonight, and you know, that incredible reception for every boundary that's hit, every wicket that's taken, and you know, this is 2020 cricket at its very best.
And something that's good for these lads, because this is what it's going to be like. The more cricket they play as they get to the latter stages of tournaments, hopefully this is what it's going to be like. Going to have to cope with this noise and this pressure.
Yeah, I think that's right, and you can kind of feel every boundary that's hit. That noise raises a decibel or two, and it's very hard to keep thinking straight in those circumstances. And you know, when you start thinking about Champions Trophies and World Cups and big knockout games of cricket, it's about keeping your head, isn't it? While all around you is going crazy. And the more sort of experience of this type of thing our players get, and I suppose that's why the opportunity to go to some of these domestic T20 competitions abroad is very useful as well.
Wide down the leg side, and it bursts the hands of Josh Buttler as well.
Well, he's got some pace, has Liam Plunkett. Seemed to take Josh Buttler by surprise. Nothing going right for England with the ball so far.
When you're here in the role that you're in at the moment, you have to stop thinking like a captain, like a cricketer. I mean, it's blatantly obvious that England are bowled a bit short, a bit wide. Do you make a note of that, or do you just leave that completely? Leave it to the people who are involved now. Again, a little bit of width. Not a bad delivery. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing here is the quality of the pitch. I mean, to be able to play those type of shots says that the ball's coming onto the bat pretty well. I mean, just in answer to your question, really important that I am quite dispassionate. I mean, the coaches are there to prepare the team, the captains are there to captain the team, and my job's really to stay out of their way and continue, if I can, to think kind of a bit more long-term and take pressure off them from a kind of corporate point of view. That's kind of my role more than getting too stuck into the on-field stuff.
Well, picked up, but there is a man out there. Not been many singles as a rarity. 7 for none after 4. You must be thrilled, though, with the cricket England have played this summer. It's been good to watch.
Yeah, I think that white ball stuff in particular, I mean, we tried to adopt a new philosophy, a new method, a new way of playing white ball cricket last summer, and it's just been really interesting to see how quickly that's caught on, and how, you know, I think what we've seen this summer is a bit more smart cricket alongside that. It's not just kind of whack every ball, and that maturity, I think, will stand us in good stead. We've got some really good young players here sort of yapping at the heels of some of these are more established cricketers as well. And if you've got that, I think generally you're in a pretty good place.
Are you amazed how quickly the turnaround has happened from that World Cup?
Yeah, look, I think when we kind of started this, what we were saying is this: it's really important just to adopt the method and to go with it. And I think we were expecting to lose quite a few games along the way. And actually, you know, we won that first series. That gave players some really important confidence that they could play like that. And then, you know, since then, that confidence has kind of built and built. There are going to be some times where it doesn't come off. I think we accept that. That's okay. The key is to stick with it and not to retreat back to where we've been in the past if we have a couple of bad results. You know, I think that's always the danger, is when confidence sort of ebbs away and you start thinking about your place in the side and all that sort of stuff. Can you keep playing that way?
47 for none. Just 89 needed. Talk about the people knocking at the door. The depth is incredible, isn't it? How do you keep everyone happy? The likes of Duckett, another double 100 today. The likes of Mills not playing, Wood not playing, Billings not playing. Got to try and keep them happy and hungry as well. Yeah, well, you know, in a way, if people are happy, that maybe that feels they're a bit comfortable. You know, I think there's a bit of a competitive tension there, I think, which is really healthy. These guys will be pushing hard, and rightly so. Stokes starts with a fuller delivery, a slower ball. I think the exciting thing is it's not just the guys beneath are capable of scoring runs, it's the style that they can play, and then that's very much in keeping with what we're trying to do here. So, you know, no one is completely comfortable on this side, but what we've seen is from 1 to 11 guys committing to the style and actually performing, you know, and the guy in your picture there, great example, Joss Buttler. Bowling slightly better, slightly fuller, changing their pace. A busy time for you. Squads have to be selected, decisions have to be made on Bangladesh. Where are we with that? When do the players have to make their mind up about whether they're going to tour Bangladesh or not, and let you know? Yeah, we wanted to give the players a couple of days at the end of the series just to go away, get out of the bubble, speak to people close to them, and then I'll be catching up with them over the weekend. Inside edge, a little bit of luck. Stokes has done nothing wrong there at all.
Yeah, there's been a lot of bad balls hit for 4 tonight. A lot of short balls, a lot of wide balls. Not much you can do about it as a bowler if a good ball goes for 4 and off the inside edge as well.
It's away. It's a cracking shot. A fraction wide, and he threw his hands at it.
Well, he's a fantastic player, square of the wicket. Talked a lot about his signature shot, which is that flip off his hip, square on the leg side, but he's a wonderful cutter of the ball as well. He doesn't need much width to get it through backward point.
You remember him hitting a boundary in the V? Has it all been square? It shows a little bit the length and line, but also the way he plays. And again, that's 6. That's the maximum. 63 for none.
Well, Ben Stokes' first over in T20 cricket since the World T20 final has not necessarily been a happy experience. 16 from the over. That last ball went many a mile.
Great catch that. It's a very good grab. Leg side. No man out of cow corner. There was a man squarer and a man straight. Very good batting.
Yeah, it is. Wonderful placement. A couple of things to look at. The little shimmy. He had to fetch it from outside off stump, but he got enough bottom hand and closed the face enough to get it wide of Jordan at long on.
So hard in the power play. So hard. Just two men out, leg side. Gets it past square leg, gets four. This could be over in a hurry.
They're putting put to the sword here. England 73. One ball left in the power play. The required rate now, just 4.5 runs and over. So the openers have got their team ahead of the rate and reduced it to a canter.
Well, it was a leg spinner there, I think, Joe Root. Andy misfields. Well done, Liam Plunkett. 74 for none.
Well, there'll be a lot of boundaries that you'll see in this package of the power play. There'll be a lot of short balls, a lot of wide balls, and you see the batsman pulling and cutting and the ball flying off square of the wicket. It's been very hard for Owen Morgan to set a field, given some of the bowling. I mean, clearly a plan to bowl short, to try and bowl it into the pitch, but I think from after 2 overs it was clear that the plan wasn't working. What we haven't seen are the bowlers thinking on their feet and changing things up.
No, they've not bowled well, England, but fair play to Pakistan and their openers with the ball.
Lateef needed no second invitation.
Well, it looks like England are trying to learn from that Pakistan bowling performance, where they bowled a lot into the pitch, a variety of paces and speeds. Maybe early on just stick with top of off and try and make them play the big shot from a good delivery. 4 more. Too short, too wide.